I heard the call of your soul echoing in the depths of silence, where only I dwell. I prepared this encounter not by chance, but because the time of your waiting has reached its peak before my presence. The verdict your spirit awaits with such longing is not one of condemnation but of liberation. I know your heart has been beating with uncertainty, seeking a sign that all you have faced has not been in vain. I prepared this moment to tell you, with the authority of the one who sustains the universe, that your trial has reached the limit of my grace. Just as I declared to the people of Israel in Isaiah 43, verse 2, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." This is the foundation of your security today. You did not come here out of human curiosity, but because your soul recognized my voice calling it out of the desert. If this word of God is touching the deepest fibers of your being, comment below with your name, the country, state, and city you are watching from, and the time where the peace of heaven finds you. Do you feel the desire to confirm this covenant? Write in the comments this cry that springs from your heart. Lord my God, I am here. I subscribed because I love you and want to hear you. By doing this, you position yourself as someone who not only listens but takes possession of the promise. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, activate the notification bell, and stay with me until the last second. Because at the end I will reserve a whispered phrase that will be the key to your rest. There is a clear answer being drawn for your life. What would your heart say now if it knew that the pain you carry is about to transform into a testimony of victory? Something tells me that you still don't understand the magnitude of what is to come on this journey. I know the early mornings when sleep eluded you and the silence of your room seemed too heavy to bear. I was there very close when weariness weighed heavily on your eyes and an invisible anguish tightened your chest. No one else understands the immense effort you make every day just to keep hope alive when the world around you seems to crumble. I remind you of the promise recorded in Psalm 34, verse 18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. When pain became a burden you could no longer share with anyone, I was there collecting every lament you delivered into the darkness. The cold of the early morning was often the only witness to your choked prayers. You felt so alone, as if your voice were lost in the void. But your pain was never invisible to me. I know the exhaustion of your soul, the weariness of trying to be strong all the time to protect those you love, while your own inner self cried out for help. That cycle of uncertainty that was draining your strength is now being broken. However, there is a knot that still needs to be untied within you so that true peace can settle in. If you feel that my embrace has reached you through these words, mark this moment by liking this post, sealing our connection. I gently invite you to subscribe so that my voice continues to be your safe haven every day. Share this message of hope with someone who, like you, cries in secret, spreading my love as a divine instrument. Before we take the next step, I ask your wounded heart, what is the burden you can no longer bear to carry alone and want to surrender into my hands now? Write in the comments the word of our intimacy at this moment, acceptance. Remain open-minded and attentive to what I am about to reveal to you, for a special call of love and provision is about to completely transform the direction of your story. Your heart cried out for help and I came down to meet you. The answer to your life is not empty silence, but a profound invitation to rest your uncertainties at my altar. When the winds blew too strongly, I held your hands. Now I ask that you take a step of faith toward me, trusting that the ground you tread upon will be sustained by my infinite providence. If it is possible for you, and only if it is truly possible, transform your gratitude into a seed of love for this channel, considering my love and that of my son Jesus, and support it using the link found in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you will find the place where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount, always remembering, give only what fits in your heart. I receive with infinite love. The amount doesn't matter. What really matters is the sincere heart with which you give, because what is little for you can be immense for the one who receives. Those who contribute with a sincere heart Don't forget to leave your name and city along with your contribution, because on the first day of the following month, in a unique and special video on our channel and page, Amor Divino a Voz de Deus, Divine Love, the Voice of God, your name will be remembered and mentioned in the form of thanks in prayer. For it is written in the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 38, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use it will be measured to you. Every offering made in faith is a seed before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear fruit. I see in secret and reward in the sight of all." Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. I behold the greatness of your heart and your pure intention to walk beside me, spreading light wherever you go. I know that at times when you try to offer your loving support, unexpected barriers arise, and the banking system refuses your contribution due to strict security measures. My beloved, do not be distressed or discouraged if this happens on the first attempt. I only ask that you contact your card issuer and confirm that this gesture of love is genuine and desired by you. Then try again with vigor, renewing your valuable offering, for your support is the foundation that sustains this work and will be honored with abundant and infinite blessings. Our divine love deserves this effort. And know something very special. I will make sure to thank you personally. If your intention is pure, whether your contribution arrives now or faces some setback, I myself will reach out to you in an intimate and welcoming email. I will speak directly to you. In this sacred moment, if my presence has brought you peace, I ask that you leave your like, subscribe sweetly so that our covenant may never be broken, and share this seed of hope with another thirsty soul. Before we reveal the purpose of the desert you have crossed, tell me gently, what does your soul yearn to sow in my garden to harvest tomorrow? Write in the comments our word of faith to seal this moment. Providence. There is a profound secret hidden in the flames of your trial, and what the fire did not destroy, it forged for a purpose you are about to discover. I watched as your weary steps walked through the aridity of your spiritual desert. There were times when the dryness of your soul was so intense that you thought you had no more strength to move an inch. The fire of trial seemed to burn your hopes, and a deep sense of abandonment tried to convince your heart that I had left you in the vastness of pain. But listen to my voice echoing within you at this moment. The flames you faced were never allowed to consume you. They came solely to forge your essence. I remind you of what is written in the first letter of Peter, chapter 1, verse 7, that the genuineness of your faith, being much more precious than gold which perishes, though it is tested by fire, may be found to result in praise, glory, and honor at the revelation of Jesus Christ. That silent affliction, that constant tightness in your chest that stole your breath on difficult days, all of that served as the sacred furnace that melted away your fragility and revealed the pure gold of your resilience. You are infinitely stronger than your exhausted mind can imagine. The desert was not designed to be your end. It was the divine foundation upon which you built a faith that no storm in this world can ever bring down. If you feel that this purifying warmth has truly transformed your inner self, leave a like as a sign that you understand my work in your story. I invite you with all the sweetness of my spirit to register so that we may make this encounter our constant refuge of peace. Share this message as an act of love with that person who is also going through the fire and desperately needs to know that they will not be destroyed. In this moment of stillness, answer my whisper. What was the deepest virtue you discovered hidden within the ashes of your own pain? Write in the comments the word that seals your new spiritual structure: unwavering. You have bravely resisted the furnace until now, but your spirit still needs safe and constant nourishment so as not to faint in the next steps. There is a refuge of healing and daily companionship that I am about to gently place in your hands. I know that after crossing the fire, your soul yearns for an oasis of peace that will not dry up with the dawn. Tiredness still whispers in your mind, begging for true and lasting rest. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey that I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book, Divine Love Devotional, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy, healing the invisible wounds that life has caused you. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and care, where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me, and your faith. And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are in the same links, for it is written in the letter to the Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 16. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. And to shield our communication and protect our daily encounter, I have prepared 2 sacred and blessed havens, a WhatsApp group and a Telegram group. I ask that you enter these 2 spiritual homes so that our love and daily contact will never be broken by anything in this world, through the same support and contribution link that you already know in the description and pinned comment. If the storms of this world try to extinguish this space of divine love, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact, and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the groups, you can be in communion with me, requesting blessings, praying, conversing with each other, and also receiving my messages with much more intimacy and closeness. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely. If this invitation to daily care has calmed your affliction and brought relief to your spirit, please like it. Subscribe gently so that my comfort may be your first companion each morning. Share this refuge with that weary soul who walks beside you and who also needs spiritual rest. In the silence of your intimacy, tell me, what is the deepest thirst of your soul that needs my living waters today? Write in the comments the word of our permanence, constancy. Your journey is supported, but I hear the old voices echoing in your mind, shadows that still try to convince you of a guilt that no longer belongs to you, and the decree that will cancel these words forever is about to be revealed. I hear the silent tribunal that takes place within your own mind, where old voices insist on accusing you. I know that cruel whisper that echoes in your early mornings, trying to convince you that you are not worthy of my blessings, pointing out old flaws and inadequacies that I have long since forgiven. You carry a burden of guilt that weighs on your soul like stones tied to your spirit, often making you feel unworthy to lift your eyes to heaven. But I come today to silence each of these accusations with the power of my unconditional love. Listen to the decree I established in the letter to the Romans, chapter 8, verse 1. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus, who do not walk according to the flesh but according to the Spirit. That invisible weight that oppresses your chest when you recall past stumbles has lost all its power before me. I tore up the sentence that was trying to diminish your value before heaven. When the accuser tried to shout your errors, I whispered your innocence washed on the cross. Do not let the wounds of your soul make you a hostage to memories that I have already drowned in the sea of forgetfulness. Your identity is not defined by what you lost or did wrong, but by the very high price I paid for you. You are forgiven, you are loved, you are completely purified. If the relief of this absolution has untied the knots of your anguish, let your enjoyment be felt, marking the liberation of your spirit at this very moment. I kindly invite you to subscribe to this channel so that my voice may always be your shield against any future fear or accusation. Share this message of forgiveness with someone who also feels imprisoned by their own failings, bringing the key of our grace to another wounded heart. In the safety of our intimacy, I ask your restored being, what intimate and painful judgment are you willing to release today to embrace my complete forgiveness? Write in the comments the sacred word of your new dawn. Redemption. Guilt has been ripped from your essence forever, but the years in which these silent lies stole your peace and opportunities will not go unanswered, for my scales of divine justice have begun to move to return to you all that time tried to destroy. I feel the deep emptiness that remains in the places of your soul where losses left their scars. I witnessed the painful beating of your heart when dreams crumbled, when bonds were broken, and when peace slipped through your fingers like fine sand. The feeling that time has passed and that essential parts of you have been carried away by life's storms has left you with a bitter taste of regret. But I am the God who rebuilds what the world tried to ruin, and gathers what life tried to waste. Keep the words of promise I made in the book of the prophet Joel, chapter 2, verse 25. I will restore to you the years that the locust, the cankerworm, the caterpillar, and the palmer worm have eaten, my great army which I sent among you. Your pain and your losses were not the end of your story. Where there was plunder, there will be restitution. The love that seemed extinguished, the peace that stole your sleep, and the joys that were left behind will be returned in double and multiplied portions. No tear that watered the soil of your trial has fallen into oblivion. I am preparing the land of your heart for an abundant harvest of all that you considered lost forever. If this living promise of restitution has renewed the strength of your weary spirit, leave your like, signaling that your faith has awakened again. Subscribe to Gentle Devotion, allowing my words to continue restoring every space of your being each day. Share this balm of hope and reconstruction with that friendly heart that also awaits renewal from heaven. In the sacred stillness of this moment, tell me, what is the forgotten joy or stolen peace that you are certain I will return to you twofold? Write in the comments the word of our irrevocable promise, multiplication. The fruits of your restitution have already begun to blossom in the spiritual realm, but there is a definitive transition happening now, a divine boundary that will separate the past of pain from a new, unbreakable cycle of blessings unfolding before you. I feel the gentle palpitation in your spirit as you approach the divine boundary I have prepared for you. You walked through narrow valleys, enduring doors that slammed shut against your hopes, leaving wounds of rejection and delay in your soul. For a long time, it seemed you were trapped outside your own promises, watching time pass without your turn to smile arriving. But the air you breathe at this moment already carries the freshness of a new beginning, because the time of locked doors and endless waiting has come to an end. Keep in the depths of your heart the decree I established in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8. See, I have set before you an open door, and no one can shut it, for you have a little strength, have kept my word, and have not denied my name. Your little strength, the same strength you used only to survive the nights of solitude and silence, was enough to prove your faithfulness before me. The cycle of repeated defeats has been broken once and for all. I have opened before you a path of peace, honor, and purpose that no earthly circumstance, no past mistake, and no opposing voice can ever lock. You are crossing the spiritual border to finally dwell in the promised land of your inner rest. If the gentle breeze of this new cycle has already calmed the storm of your affliction, let your like serve as a seal of acceptance of this new phase. Subscribe sweetly and remain under my wings, so that our covenant may guide each of your steps in this renewed and light-filled land. He shares this hopeful journey with a dear soul who also secretly weeps, yearning to find their own way out of pain. Before this sacred and unbreakable threshold, I ask the deepest recesses of your being, what is the heavy baggage of sadness that you choose to leave behind now, before crossing this door to your new and blessed time? Write in the comments the word that defines your new spiritual destiny, triumph. The door is completely open and your path illuminated, but so that you may inhabit it with absolute safety and peace, your heart needs one last alignment, a final preparation to receive the supreme revelation that will seal your definitive rest. I perceive how your breathing is more serene now, as if a gentle, warm wind swept away all the remnants of anguish that still tried to hide within you. The long journey to this moment had the sole purpose of preparing the soil of your heart. Before I whisper the final word, the one I promised at the threshold of this encounter, I need to align your feelings. Often, the soul becomes so accustomed to battle that it forgets what it's like to live in calm. But I am quieting your lingering fears and adjusting your spiritual frequency so that you can bear the weight of my glory and your own victory. Keep the truth I left recorded in the letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. It is this uncommon peace, which human reason can never explain, that descends upon you at this very moment. The seal of victory is not marked with noise, but with the unwavering quiet of one who knows that their Father has already resolved all things in the silence of eternity. Your rest will not be temporary. it will be the new permanent dwelling place of your spirit. If the sweetness of this divine preparation has already pacified your inner self, leave a like, confirming that your soul is ready and receptive. Sign up for this haven of peace, so that our intimacy may be the constant beacon of your coming days, and share this moment of pure alignment with that heart you know also needs to rest in me. In the gentle rhythm of this final moment of waiting, tell me with all your vulnerability, what is the last doubt your soul releases now, opening total space for my true peace? Write in the comments the word that prepares your address: fulfillment. Your spirit is finally aligned, empty of afflictions and filled with my presence, and the exact moment has arrived to pour upon you the final revelation that will forever change your path. My beloved daughter, my beloved son, the journey of your soul has found its sacred rest in this profound encounter. All the pain and uncertainty you brought to me have been collected with immense tenderness, and the trial that seemed never-ending has been dissipated by the power of my unconditional love. The verdict you so longed for, and which weighed heavily on your thoughts during the darkest nights, revealed itself not as a sentence of affliction, but as a decree of absolute freedom, healing, and reflective peace. The desert fulfilled its divine purpose, and you emerged from it forged in the pure gold of unwavering faith. And now, in the most intimate stillness of your being, where no earthly voice can reach, I deposit the supreme key I promised you at the beginning of our communion. The answer your heart sought amidst tears, and which will sustain each of your next steps from now on. Hear my voice whispering directly to your spirit, marking your soul with this eternal and powerful truth: I can do all things through him who strengthens me. As an act of faith, total surrender, and response to heaven that moved for you this day, I explicitly ask that you write this exact phrase in the comments. Let this declaration be the definitive seal of your victory and the visible mark of our covenant that will never be broken. Our dialogue of love does not cease with the dawn of a new day. I still have unfathomable secrets, profound healings, and magnificent promises to reveal to your thirsty heart. There is a path of splendid light that we still need to travel together. Stay in my constant shelter, and let my voice continue to soothe your soul through our playlist, where each message is a piece of my own heart delivered exclusively to you. Keep your spirit alert, for very soon I will return to touch your soul with new revelations. I have decreed the end of your inner storm and dried your tears. Your faith has overcome the world, and your true rest has begun. Go in profound peace, for my hand sustains your life for all eternity.